Welcome back to New Day. The deal that freed Sergeant Bowe Bergdahl continues to raise troubling questions, especially about whether or not Bergdahl left his base willingly before he was captured by the Taliban in Afghanistan. Now, earlier this morning, President Obama addressed the controversy, saying, regardless of the circumstances, the U.S. rescues a soldier from captivity. And moments ago, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Martin Dempsey, responded saying, Bergdahl is innocent until proven guilty. So, the main thing becomes, what were the facts on the ground? Let's get to Matthew Vierkent. He's a retired Army sergeant and was a platoon member with Bowe Bergdahl. He served together. He says he knows what the facts on the ground were. Sergeant, thank you for joining us on New Day, and thank you for your service to the country.
Thank you.
What were the facts on the ground as you understood them at the time when Bowe Bergdahl disappeared?
The facts on the ground were he left his weapons and equipment, took minimal supplies, and walked off to either join the Taliban or do something else. Only he can answer that question.
What was the feeling on the ground about what had happened to him?
The general feeling was that he deserted us and walked off and left us.
And you felt that way even though he left all his supplies? Because to some that would suggest that you're not planning on being gone that long if you don't have any supplies. How did you take it?
I took it as you would never leave to begin with without your equipment or your weapon. So that's suspect from the beginning. I don't believe he had any intention on coming back.
You think that this was a plan of his, that he was going to try to leave?
I think it was definitely premeditated with the emails he sent to his father, mailing his stuff home before the mission. I believe it definitely shows intent, premeditation, and those are the facts. That's what happened.
Did you guys look for him?
Of course we looked for him as hard as we could. Everybody looked for him, everybody in the country who could.
And what did you discover about which way he had gone and any evidence of what his intentions were?
Well, we discovered that he was seen by locals in various different areas on his own, walking about on his own free will, not with anybody else, but just acting alone.
What was going on before he disappeared? What was his state of mind? What had he told his fighting buddies?
I don't really know his state of mind. He had made some comments about he could get lost in the mountains, and that's one of the comments that he said to me. I can't really speak for other people, what he said to them.
Lost in the mountains, meaning he'd like to go and adventure?
Once again, I don't know. That's what he said. I'm assuming lost in the mountains would mean walking off by yourself into the mountains.
And as you know, there was a report at the time done that does suggest that he left of his own free will, as you are saying. Let me ask you, Sergeant, does it matter to you the circumstances under which he came to be captured in determining whether or not the U.S. should have done everything it could to get him back?
Of course it matters. It matters to me. It matters to everybody in my platoon, company. It matters to every service member that was on the ground in Afghanistan conducting missions, putting themselves in harm's way. For somebody who willingly walked off to do whatever, either way, he put people at risk.
And we do know that troops died trying to retrieve Sergeant Bergdahl. So let me ask you, would you have made this deal to get him back?
No.
Simple as that.
Yep.
Why not?
I believe it's good that he's back home, that we're going to get him care, get him what he needs to recover, but I don't believe trading 5 prisoners at Guantanamo Bay for him was the right decision.
If he hadn't deserted and he were taken, would you think it was a better deal then?
Probably would.
then it would be something that would be seen as more worthwhile to you.
To me, with everything surrounding it and the circumstances that permit, I think it'd be a lot different for many people if it was under different circumstances.
If the sergeant's watching, what do you want him to know?
Just that there's a lot of people that want the truth. They want to know why you left, what your intentions were. Just want you to answer for everything that's happened.
I know this isn't an easy topic for you. I know you're angry about a lot of the that's surrounding this deal, but I appreciate you for coming on New Day. And again, Sergeant, I appreciate your service to the United States.